Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Olivia Osmer and I specialize in biometabolic health. While it is a common belief among most people that exercise primarily changes the body, in reality, engaging in consistent and regular physical activity fundamentally changes how the brain works. After exercising, you will find that you become significantly more focused. You begin to think much more clearly, and your overall mood and emotional state improve remarkably. And this isn't just motivation, it's that the brain's functioning actually changes on a biological level. Brain is the most energy-consuming organ in your body. It uses 20 to 30% of all the energy produced by your body. And its efficiency directly depends on how much energy your body produces. And when you move regularly, the number of mitochondria increases in every cell of your body. And not just in every cell, but also in your brain. And mitochondria are essentially the thermal power plants of the entire body, including the brain. And the more of them there are in each cell, the more energy is available. And the more energy your brain has access to, the easier it is for you to concentrate and think, to remember things. And this is a physical adaptation of the brain. It's not a matter of willpower. And it's also important that movement affects the dopamine system. You know, dopamine is a hormone that is produced in the brain, and it regulates mood and the basic functions of the brain. And so when you move, you start moving. Especially in the morning, the baseline level of dopamine increases. That means it's easier for a person to get started, to think, to live actively. And that's exactly why people who exercise regularly are more active. And in fact, people are attracted to other people. Specifically, what attracts them? And it's not just the physique, not just the body, but how these people become more active and cheerful. It's exactly this personality that attracts most people. And it seems like the personality of people who started exercising has changed, but in reality, it's just their neurochemistry that has changed. And at the same time, regular exercise, they increase blood flow to the brain. Yes, they increase blood flow in all systems and organs, but in the brain as well. And so this means more oxygen, more glucose, more energy gets to the brain for the neurons. And especially the prefrontal cortex is activated, which is responsible for decision-making, self-control, and clarity of thought. That's why after moving, you literally think differently. Not because you're trying harder, but because your brain is working more efficiently. But the most important factor is maintaining regularity. And especially in the morning. Specifically in the morning. A unique biological window that has been created over centuries. We have adapted to this. And in the first hours after waking up, the brain sets its neurochemistry for the entire day. Can you imagine? And during this time, the dopamine system is more sensitive. If you start moving in the morning, you boost the baseline activity of your dopamine system. You are literally setting a higher level of energy and activity for your brain. That will be your new baseline level then. For the whole day, and it will keep increasing. Day by day, if you do this regularly. This is training for your nervous system. This is called dopamine recalibration of the nervous system. And it only happens with consistency. It doesn't happen if you just go out once. Especially if you went out once and had alcohol before that. The thing is, alcohol affects you in such a way that it first raises your dopamine levels a lot, and then it crashes them down. That's why the next morning after drinking alcohol, you feel that fatigue, lack of mood, and don't feel like living, because you're experiencing that dopamine drop. So pushing yourself like a tired horse and going out in the morning at that time is not really a good idea, because you won't feel the effect. But if you try this without alcohol, and if you do it for at least 7 days, you'll feel the difference, I assure you. And that's when movement itself becomes a part of your life. The number of mitochondria in your brain increases, the number of neurons grows, your brain literally expands. The dopamine system stabilizes, and your brain starts functioning on a completely different level. That is exactly why physical movement should not be viewed as just a simple way to transform your body's appearance. It is actually a powerful tool to fundamentally change how your brain works. By staying active, you gain mental clarity, a consistently positive mood, and the foundation for a completely different life. None of these incredible transformations should be considered a miracle or magic, because they are all deeply rooted in the complex principles of human biology and neuroscience. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll be posting lots of videos about how our brain and body work.